The redistricting battle, raging across the United States, has left voters feeling frustrated and disenfranchised. This political war, fueled by partisan interests, threatens the very foundation of our democratic system. In Texas, Republicans are redrawing congressional maps, aiming to gain an advantage in upcoming elections. This move has sparked a backlash from Democrats, leading to walkouts and vows to counter with their own map redrawing efforts. Meanwhile, voters express concerns about the fairness of the process and the potential loss of their voices. A tale of two parties, the redistricting war. The escalating redistricting war involves lawmakers from both sides of the political spectrum, with governors vowing to outdo each other. This battle is all about gaining a partisan edge in the 2027 midterm elections. Voters in affected districts are witnessing their long-held voting areas being manipulated, stretched, or divided into unfamiliar shapes. It's a confusing and disheartening situation for many. A downbound train, voters' disillusionment. Steve Hochschild, a 71-year-old Austin resident, describes the situation as ridiculous and confusing. He believes the outcome will further disenfranchise voters, adding to the existing challenges in our electoral system. Republicans, with a slim advantage in the U.S. House, are being urged by President Donald Trump and his administration to redraw voting maps. The goal? To add 5 new Republican-friendly seats and maintain their power. But here's where it gets controversial. A Democratic majority in 2027 could lead to congressional investigations and even a third Trump impeachment. This potential outcome has sparked a retaliatory push from Democrats, leading to walkouts and counter-redistricting efforts in other states. The cascade effect, state-by-state battles. Texas Republicans have approved their new maps, but the battle isn't over. Democratic-led states like California are retaliating, with Governor Gavin Newsom devising a strategy to convert 5 Republican seats. California, being the nation's most populous state, has the power to significantly impact the political landscape. Indiana and Ohio Republicans, along with Democrats in New York, may follow suit, creating a cascade of redistricting efforts across the country. This mid-decade redistricting is unprecedented, especially with the overt involvement of the White House. It's a novel situation, and one that has emboldened states to engage in partisan gerrymandering, following a 2019 U.S. Supreme Court decision. The Supreme Court's decision not to interfere with partisan redistricting has essentially invited this practice, leaving states to their own devices. Voters caught in the crossfire. Regular voters and local officials find themselves caught in the middle of this political storm. They worry about their representation in Congress and the potential erosion of their democratic rights. In Indiana, voters express concerns about the process, feeling that their state lawmakers are making it up as they go. Despite opposition, the state is following a Trump directive to redraw maps. California's retaliation, turning red to blue. In California, Republicans feel under attack as Democratic lawmakers approved Newsom's plan to send newly redrawn maps to voters for approval. The proposed maps would convert 5 Republican districts into Democratic-leaning ones. Joy Medicki, a local Republican, believes Newsom's actions are a childish retaliation for what's happening in Texas. She argues that the lengthy redistricting process in 2021 was conducted fairly. Steve Sanchez, a city council member in La Quinta, disagrees with Newsom's proposal, stating that it doesn't reflect the interests of Californians. He believes state funds should be directed towards addressing issues like homelessness instead of political warfare. Ohio's unique situation, bipartisan approval required. Ohio stands out as a state where maps must be bipartisanly approved to be valid for a 10-year period. This unique requirement has led to a redrawing of maps after the 2021 census, as Democrats didn't support the initial proposal. Voters like Michael and Janet Gilbert disapprove of the idea of being gerrymandered out of their current district. They question the legality and fairness of the process. especially given the potential for ongoing partisan battles. Texas, a primary battle and court challenges. In Texas, the redrawn maps set up a primary battle between progressive lawmaker Greg Casar and longtime congressional lawmaker Lloyd Doggett. Doggett, at 78 years old, has decided to step down rather than run against Casar in the newly drawn district. Jan Pelosi, a resident of Doggett's district, will be shifted to a new district under the proposed plan. Even some of her Republican neighbors are angered by the mid-decade redistricting, with some removing their Trump lawn signs. Pelosi hopes that this proposal will galvanize more people against the action, as voters become increasingly disillusioned with the political process. The bigger picture, priorities and representation. Hawkschild believes that Texas lawmakers are ignoring important issues like healthcare and education in favor of political games. He worries that places like Austin will be less represented, with their unique history and interests being overshadowed by the rest of the state. Conclusion: a call for action and discussion. The redistricting war has left voters feeling frustrated and powerless. It's a complex issue with potential long-term implications for our democracy. And this is the part most people miss. Redistricting isn't just about political power. It's about ensuring fair representation and addressing the needs of all citizens. What are your thoughts on this ongoing battle? Do you think redistricting should be a tool for political gain? Or is there a better way to ensure fair representation? Let's discuss in the comments.